Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Drama Chats. I'm Simona.
I'm Katie.
And we're going to be discussing episodes 1 and 2 of the K-drama The Divorce Insurance.
It has my boyfriend in it.
Yes, Katie's boyfriend. So it's a romantic comedy drama that premiered on March 31st of this year, and it's available to stream on Amazon Prime. As always, there will be spoilers. You have been warned. Okay, so The Divorce Insurance stars the talents of Lee Dun-wook, Lee Joo-bin, Lee Kwang-soo, and Lee Da-hee are the lead actors of this drama. So as with previous episodes, we're not really going to go into much detail about the episodes, but just give our overall thoughts on episodes 1 and 2. So as I said before, spoilers from this point on. I liked the first 2 episodes.
I'm enjoying it thoroughly.
Yeah, I think it started off very strong. I think you get a good feel for who the characters are, what their life experiences have been. And I thought it was an interesting idea of divorce insurance. Now, as I was watching this, I was like, the prenup wouldn't necessarily count as like a similar kind of idea. And then I was thinking, does this actually exist? Like, is there divorce insurance? But I was thinking, it's such a brilliant idea.
I know. Why hasn't anybody thought of it? Because it can't really be. A divorce is not. Just speaking for my own parents' divorce, so many other mitigating factors come into it.
Yeah.
That realistically, you can't have a divorce insurance because if 2 people don't want to be together, they're not going to be together. Period. End of story. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know like in episode 2, they're having that discussion, which one thing I will say is, unfortunately with Amazon Prime, it doesn't translate the insurance jargon or the insurance terms. The insurance terms that are being used. Like you'll see like the Korean underneath, but it's not translating.
Really? It translates for me.
The jargon, like when they're talking.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't notice it wasn't being translated unless I didn't notice that it was being, which I thought was really frustrating. I was like, oh, like it would be helpful to know what they're talking about.
Yeah, they're like trying to collect data and they obviously go about it in 2 completely different ways.
Yeah, and all of the members of this team, with the exception of one of them, who basically does not want to get married, all of them have been divorced or and the divorces are very different for each of them.
Well, the insurance, like the head, like I guess the boss of Lee Dun-wook's character, we find out like the first episode that his wife is leaving him.
Yeah,
and we also find out, like at the end of episode 1, that Lee Dun-wook's been divorced 3 times.
Yeah, and I like.
It's interesting.
And I do love when he's giving Jungman, who's played by Lee Kwang-soo, when he's giving him like the reasons why. So you find out that
one-night stand.
Yeah, that Lee Kwang-soo, the reason why he got divorced was because he didn't match his wife's aesthetic. In no simple terms, so she divorced him. But No Ki-jun, who's Lee Dun-wook's character, like he explains, like one, I think she wanted to have an open relationship, which he didn't want.
Open relationships, so like they seem, in my humble opinion, though it probably works for some people, it sounds good, but all on the whole of it is not.
Yeah, so
it's not
one wanted an
sustainable.
open relationship.
No.
One, their lives just were incompatible.
Yeah.
And then the third, what was the third? Well, I can't remember. But
remember.
anyway, it's like they're really ridiculous reasons. But then you see also in life that there are couples that divorce for it's like really ridiculous reasons, like where it's like irreconcilable differences. Like, what does that mean?
Right.
Like a lot of celebrities will just put that in there and like,
Right.
okay, what did you really mean by this?
Right.
So like there's not necessarily be a rhyme or a reason behind this situation. And let me just, I want to make sure I have Jo Ah-young is the other woman in the team who also has been divorced, if I'm not mistaken. I have my notes, but I have so many notes. Okay, no, sorry. Jo Ah-young is the woman who doesn't believe in marriage. Sorry. So, okay, so maybe it's John Nade is the one who, yeah. So John Nade is the one who has been divorced, and her husband is a.
Oh, but I
So-
love in episode 2, like they fight over a parking spot, and
Yeah.
they have like the only way to settle for the parking spot is a round of rock paper scissors.
Well, that resolves all issues. You do rock paper scissors for everything. Now that was really funny. I did like that. So yeah, so she went through a very ugly divorce, and you can see that I think it's probably been maybe 2 or 3 years since the divorce. I think it hasn't been that long. That she's still like the scene where she's grocery shopping.
Yeah.
And then she has to Richard's like, oh, I realized I'm just shopping for one person.
So no, it's not that. That's a too long of a time frame because it's just happened.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
I
it's
thought-
just happened.
Okay, at first I thought maybe like there was a year or two. Okay,
No.
but that's really heartbreaking when you see her just returning everything, and all she gets is like a little bundle of yarn is what she ends up getting.
Yeah.
And you can see how the divorce has impacted her. Noki Jun, Lee Dong-wook's character, doesn't really seem to have been impacted by his divorces.
Well, and what's funny is that the team leader who's going to Singapore
Yes.
is his third ex-wife. We don't
Oh,
know.
yeah.
We don't know the circumstances yet of their divorce, but in the second episode, his second wife, they ended up divorcing because she became a monk. She had too much of a spiritual
Oh
calling.
yes, that's the one where I think
Yeah.
their lives differed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that understandably, you can't really be mad about that.
No, and they have a very amicable relationship,
Yeah.
which happens in some divorces where you can divorce, but you still have an amicable divorce, and you still
Yeah.
maintain a decent relationship. So not all divorces end where you want to kill each other or there's like bitterness and resentment.
Yeah.
And also she's the actress that was in Tale of the Nine-Tailed.
Is she really?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't recognize her.
Yeah. So at the end of episode one of his ex-wives, John Nade, shows up, and she's the financial mathematician, which whatever they do, like I
Data
said,
collector. She's a data collector.
yeah. Episode 2, you learn that she's not exactly over
No.
Noki Jun, which that's understandable.
It is it's very understandable.
So there's definitely, I feel like I mean, I hope it's not like I don't really love triangles in general, and thank God most K-dramas have broken away from that formula. It kind of annoys me, but
It doesn't appear that there is going to be a love triangle. She is going to Singapore at the end of episode 2.
oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see, because the bowling alley, which is a funny scene.
I love that. That's like my favorite scene in that whole episode.
Yeah, and I loved the bowling, and I also do kind of like that An Jung Man and John Nade, they seem to have something.
Yes.
That's sort of like there's like
Well, the stargazing scene, the whole,
Yeah.
and then having
Yeah.
like he's so drunk out of his mind, but she's
love the
trying to
karaoke
carry.
moment.
She's trying to carry a mattress,
Yeah.
the mattress she shared with her husband, out of the house, and he thinks that the mattress is walking on its own, which from his perspective I can totally understand. But then she stands up and the weight of the mattress takes her down, and then he goes with her, and then
Yeah.
a neighbor loses a blanket and it falls on
I know,
top of
that
them.
was so. But I do like going back to Jung Nade and the whole bowling scene.
Yeah.
I do like her character, and I do kind of feel that her and An Jung Man, who's played by Lee Kwang-soo, there might be something developing between the two of them.
Yeah.
I love how Lee Kwang-soo's character is the stickler, like everything
Oh,
has to be
God, yeah.
done according to whatever.
But
yeah,
I love-
he and Noki Jun, they're still friends.
I know.
Which is nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
You-
I love
you know,
it.
they're polar opposites.
Well, I mean, I love it. Like in the first episode when the two of them are up on the roof,
Yeah.
and one of them grabs the bubble gun and he fires the bubble gun
Oh
at
yeah,
him.
Noki Jun. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like because he's trying to I think he also recognizes that he needs him.
Yes.
On his team because essentially, Noki Jun he has had a series of failed sort of insurance.
Yes.
Not plans, but basically
Proposals.
he has pitched
They are
a
proposals
slew
that-
of failed insurance proposals. And his superior is saying, we need to nail one because our team is in danger of being dissolved.
Yep.
You need to come up with this brilliant plan. He has this epic dream where his insurance guru,
the king the god of insurance.
yeah, basically says divorce insurance.
Yeah.
And of course, Noki Jun, he has some difficulty pitching it because
How can you adequately insure something that is completely from an emotional standpoint?
And also, no one likes the idea. I don't know what divorce rates are like in Korea, like comparative to maybe other East Asian countries or even the United States. I don't necessarily know what those figures are, but I think there still is probably a bit of a taboo around divorce, or obviously it's not something that people look forward to doing. I know that sounds dumb. It can be very messy. It's expensive. No one wants to do it unless you really have to do it.
Yeah.
So I can understand how even the notion where it's almost like you're jinxing something. And one of the funniest things that they pitched their insurance plan at a wedding fair.
It's great.
Which is so interesting that they're like, I wonder if that's actually a thing. Or it was just are wedding fairs a thing?
I think so, because I read a manga that surrounded this wedding planner, and they have wedding fairs.
Oh, okay. So,
and actually, I've actually been to a wedding fair,
really?
with my cousin Kira when she got married last year. We went up to the Catskills with her mom, and it's just like a whole bunch of vendors selling their services to potential brides.
Oh, okay.
Or brides.
Well, to me, it makes sense, though. If you're going to sell divorce insurance, a wedding fair, it makes perfect sense.
I love the fact that after they're chased out of the main venue and they're hiding behind fake walls, a bride comes to talk to them about divorce insurance, and then they start getting more people, and then two of them happen to be mother-in-laws.
Yes. Yeah, because I like how he said how you don't get auto insurance because you hope you're going to get into a car crash. Because that's one of the things that the people at the fair accuse, oh, do you want us to get divorces? Are you? And he's like, no. He says, but it's true. You don't get life insurance because you're hoping to die now.
Right.
Or, you don't get collision insurance because you're hoping it's a safety net.
Right.
And it's a very reasonable safety net. So yeah, like I said, first 2 episodes coming in strong.
Oh yeah. To me, it can only go up.
Yeah, honestly, I love the actors. They work very well together. I like how they're all coming, with the exception of the one character, from a perspective of being divorcees. Mm-hmm. The young girl, who Ah-young, who basically claims that she doesn't want to get married. It's hinted at that she does want to marry, but she's probably had bad experiences, or she's, especially when she visits that store, which was a bit confusing to me, to get a anti-wedding package of some kind. I forgot what the show calls it.
It's like an engraving. It's a jewelry, a couple engraving rings.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you can see that she's probably someone who does want to marry. But maybe something has made her
This morning I looked at a recap of episodes 1 and 2 on YouTube.
Yeah.
And the voiceover, the narrator of the video, said that she had been engaged, but the engagement was called off.
Okay.
So that could be why. And I think that's a very real reason why someone would be against getting married.
Yeah. And also it's modern life in general, dating is difficult enough as it is.
I can attest to that.
Yeah, you read the stats, most people our age and now even younger are simply not dating. So a lot of people aren't even doing that. So it is tough. And also the expectations in modern society, Korea, their birth rate is declining. The elder population will increase the young, so
Japan,
even the government
Japan has that same
they're
problem.
trying to give these incentives for couples to want to get married, want to have kids.
Yeah.
But for a lot of people, I think specifically women, where the more traditional roles fall heavy on them, the expectations, it's an added sort of burden or stress that you may not want.
Well,
so I have to get married.
Yeah.
The expectation is we'll have children.
When I was in my undergrad and I took a class called Women in East Asia.
Yeah.
In Japan, women... the expectation for women, especially career women, that once you get married, you're not coming back.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Because your sole focus now is being a mom, running
Yeah.
the household, and doing all of that. So
Yeah.
women in Japan, and I'm sure it's still the same now as it was when I was
Yeah.
going to school, are getting married later in life because they want to have a career.
Yeah. And I know there's also a rise in friendship marriages.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so basically there's no romantic or sexual expectation. It's like you're marrying a friend, and it's almost like the idea, well, like, I know this person really well.
Yeah.
You know, we can get, so that's, I think, sort of on the rise. Like friendship marriages, I think, in Japan. I don't know if any other country. So
interesting.
yeah, because like as you mentioned, there is that expectation of having kids. First of all, it's also extremely expensive.
Yeah.
It goes without saying, in this country, it's expensive to have a family. Over there, especially even in Korea, like, cost of living, like, I don't know how anyone lives in the major cities.
Yeah.
So there's all these factors. People are saying how the government needs to do more
Yeah.
to incentivize people to want children. So
Yeah.
like making daycare more affordable, or, you know, giving
Yeah.
like family leave, you know, making it like, if you're trying to address the crisis, you have to do more.
Yeah.
So it is sad because no one wants to think about a relationship ending, but fact of life is relationships do end. So I like the idea of divorce insurance.
I do
Granted,
too.
maybe like you said, there are too many variables, and that is mentioned, how like you have to factor in all these variables.
Yeah.
And how are you going to account for them, and how are you going to create this package? But the genius team has been assembled. So the Avengers have been assembled, and they're going to figure out a way. So yeah, really, like I said, great start to a show. I enjoyed both episodes.
Yeah,
like,
I'm actually really excited to continue watching.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I may do so. Like, I've been sort of in like a slump where I'm like mostly watching stuff for this, but not really. But yeah, were there any other like final thoughts before, like, I thought we can do maybe some recommendations or whatever?
I just really enjoy seeing Lee Dong-wook in, because I've seen a few of his K-dramas, and
Yeah.
two of them are like highly drama and depressing, and it's like, I would like to see you happy, you know, like, you know, in a happy role. And I saw that in Tale the Nine-Tailed 1939, and now I'm seeing it here, and it's like, oh, I like this for you.
See, the beauty is, and this could probably be one of my recs if I haven't already said it, is that he can also play a psychopath so well
He can.
and look really good doing it. So
If that's for you, it's not for me.
So like, I've definitely seen him do it. He can be very dramatic and then very funny, or even just do them both very well.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, I would highly recommend. First two episodes, very strong. Like, there wasn't a moment I was bored. Like, honestly, I could not say I was bored watching any of these episodes.
Yeah.
They're really good. And it is streaming on Amazon Prime. So give it a watch. So if we're going to do the recommendation portion of this, and since Lee Dong-wook is one of the starring actors in this drama, I'm going to recommend his drama Goblin, which is a fantasy, like we'll call it a romantasy.
Okay.
Drama. I'm trying to figure out, it was on Netflix at one point. I think it might be on Viki. I'm trying to figure out like what legitimate streaming sites have it.
Yeah.
But he plays a Grim Reaper. And the actor. Would you mind looking up Goblin for me? Because like, I'm the other actor who's the lead actor. It's, I think him. But anyway, I'll just continue talking about the drama. So basically, he plays a Grim Reaper. The other lead actor, Gong Yu is the other lead actor. He is a man cursed with immortality, and the lead actress, whose name I can't remember right now, she is the one that can sort of.
It's on Viki.
Yes, great. And the lead actress is sort of, she may be able to help him with his curse. Like I said, there's a lot of comedy elements. There's a lot of drama. It's a really great drama. I would highly recommend that one. And I'm currently watching, and I think it's already finished airing. It's a Chinese mainland fantasy drama. So it's called Love Game in an Eastern Fantasy. And I'm only on episode maybe 4 or 5, so I haven't finished it. But essentially, the main character gets sucked into the world of one of her favorite novels after she writes a scathing review. So she receives, like, I think the author releases the last part of his novel, and she's less than impressed, writes a scathing review, and then gets sucked into the
If
story.
only.
and she has to accomplish a series of tasks before she can get out of the story. So like I said, I think I'm on episode 4 or 5, and at first it was touch and go. I was like, because there was a lot of setup, a lot of characters, but like I gave it some time and I am enjoying it. So that would be another one of my recommendations, and that's on Netflix, which is cool because with the Chinese streaming sites, they're more strict, and it can be kind of a hassle to find any mainland Chinese dramas on Chinese sites like iQIYI, that site. But it's on Netflix. So yeah, so Love Game in an Eastern Fantasy, Goblin, and another Lee Dun-wook drama, which is a more serious drama. It's like a thriller, is Hell is Other People. And he plays a dentist who is also a serial killer.
My God.
But there's like, it really builds on the feeling of claustrophobia because the other male lead, he goes to a goshiwon, which are these really cheap, inexpensive rooms. They're like closets, so to speak. And he goes there and it's like, oh, this is really cheap, but it ends up being too good to be true. And there's a lot going on there. But that's another great drama that I would highly recommend, and it's a completely different character of Lee Dun-wook. It's like polar opposites, but it's a fun time. He does such a terrific job. So yeah, those would be my recommendations.
Nice.
So thank you for joining us for this discussion. As always, like, subscribe. If you are watching this drama, let us know. Give us your thoughts. If you've watched ahead, please, no spoilers. And yeah, we will see you next time. Bye, everyone.